still want to be the greatest. I still got that dog in me. I still have that fire. I love what I do.
Absolutely dominant there from Kayla Harrison.
I love instilling my will.
Kayla Harrison, first round submission.
Against someone who is trying to do that to me. Kayla Harrison, the greatest there ever was. Like, I want to be undeniable. Leave it. Leave it. Having a year off is something that hasn't happened in my life ever. I started doing judo when I was 6 years old. By 12 years old, I was training twice a day. So for the last 21 years, I've been training twice a day, every day. That's a lot of wear and tear on the body, and that's a grind. I think the healing part and the realizations really came on the mental side more than the healing side for me, just because I didn't have a goal. I didn't have something to wake up for every day besides my children. Ready? Like a personal purpose. And I had never existed in this world as an adult without that. I had never just been Kayla. We gotta go to school, it's a school day. I grew up thinking that if I wanted love, I had to earn it.
Do you have training today?
And that if I wanted to be worth anything, then I needed to go get straight A's, and I needed to go win gold medals, and I needed to be this perfect child, or this perfect mom, or this perfect daughter, or this perfect fighter. And so, not having that, it was a beautiful time for me to learn to love myself and to grow in my faith and to grow, I think, like, even as a mom.
Emma, look. With a peace sign.
It changed my life. I love you. There are probably 4 places that I go. I take my kids to school. We go to church. I go to therapy. And I go to American Top Team. So that's kind of my whole world. Up until 2 months ago, maybe, I was only training once a day. I felt like I was getting left behind a lot, you know? Like, it was really hard for me to go from having 4 fights a year, so having attention constantly, to, again, it was another area I grew in. I was a teammate, I was a training partner, I was a sparring partner. I would come in and help people drill. It's like, it helped me grow as a fighter, but it helped me grow as a person too.
It's been a year since she's competed. She's been itching. She's had a year to work on stuff. She's a girl who's always in the gym. She's a hard worker and always looking to improve. And she's pumped to fight.
It's been really good for me. I've had a really beautiful year full of growth and joy, and I've just been on like kind of a healing journey that has made me even more dangerous, which doesn't make sense, but it has. My relationship with my kids is the most rewarding thing. This is a gift that I have been given.
Oh, look how big they are, Kyla.
It's sugar, all right.
Oh, yeah, baby.
I didn't birth my children, I adopted them. It was very sudden, and they came into my life as a total surprise in that sense. And I was not prepared. My mom had just had a stroke. Her husband had just died. My sister was in prison. And I became a mom. I was really scared, and I didn't know what to do. Being a fighter, I think being an athlete makes you naturally a very selfish person. You know, I lived for me and my goals. I lived to be the best. I woke up every day and that was it. You know, I would go work out, come back, hang out with my dogs. Like, I just did the same thing every day. And you very quickly learn when you're a mother that it's not about you anymore. My life has so much purpose now. My life has so much meaning. Bigger than stepping inside of a cage, getting my hand raised, or a belt, or even $1 million. I'm in charge of the care of 2 precious human beings, and it's my job to love them and nurture them and give them a safe home and a happy environment and be their role model. It changed the way I thought about everything. They are the single best thing to ever happen to me. And being their mother and becoming their mother and having that honor and that responsibility is the single greatest thing I will ever do with my life. You know, our family has generational trauma, and they have trauma, very real cards that were dealt to them. And God trusted me with them and gave them to me for a reason. And I truly believe like it happened for a reason, and we're healing each other. I thought I knew what love was until I met them. And now I realize that like, I had no idea. They've both had a really hard road, and they're home now.
Year away, right? I mean, I guess valuable in some ways. I mean, you talked about what a grind it's been over the years, but I know also coming off a loss, you probably wanted to get back. So what has this year been like for you?
I do feel like I shine brightest under the lights. It's been a long 10 months. By the time we get to the fight, it'll have been a long year. It's just important to get back in the saddle. This is a lesson for anyone who's been knocked down in life. It's not about how many times you fall, it's about how many times you get back up. And I'm not a quitter, I never have been. I'm nowhere near done with this sport. It might feel like it's done with me, but I say when I'm done, and I'm not done yet. These things happen for a reason, and failure has always been my fuel. And if I just kept winning, then I would just keep doing what I was doing. I would assume that there was nothing wrong with my life and I was fine and I'd figure it out and everything would be okay. But I lost, and that forced me to look at myself and really look at myself and look at my choices and look at who I was and what I wanted. I still want to be the greatest. I still got that dog in me, you know? I still have that fire. I love what I do. I love instilling my will against someone who is trying to do that to me. And it's human chess, but like out of this world, you know? And you have to be hyper-focused, but hyper-aware. You have to be your absolute best inside of a cage, or you're gonna get knocked out. So I love it, and I wanna be the best in the world at it. I wanna be the greatest, you know, like that didn't change. Like I hit a roadblock, I fumbled, I stumbled, but like the goal hasn't changed. Kayla Harrison, the greatest there ever was. Like I wanna be undeniable. And I have faith that I'll get there. And if I don't, I'll still love myself, so it's okay.